They say every man has a price. For some, it's $1 million. For others, it's fame or power. For Elias, it was exactly $15,000, the price of his daughter's life. What Elias didn't know was that once you sell your soul, you can never buy it back. No matter how much interest you pay. Elias was a genuinely good man, the kind of person who'd find a lost wallet and return it with every single dollar still inside. For 12 years. He was the lead accountant at the Hope Foundation, a charity that funded surgeries for underprivileged kids. His coworkers even called him the office saint, but the saint was starting to crack. His 7-year-old daughter, Maya, needed a critical heart procedure. The insurance company responded with a cold, automated letter. Denied. Pre-existing condition. One night, at 11 p.m. Elias sat alone in his silent office, staring at a spreadsheet. The foundation had what was known as a ghost account of funds from a donor who had passed away years ago with no known heirs. The balance, $800,000, just sitting there, untouched, tangled in bureaucratic red tape that would likely never be resolved. He glanced at a photo of Maya on his desk, her smile lighting up the frame. His finger trembled over the keyboard. Just $15,000. He whispered to the empty room. The charity has millions. They won't even feel it. The transfer was instant. His heart hammered against his ribs like a trapped bird. He braced himself for an alarm, a phone call, a hand on his shoulder. But there was nothing. Just the low hum of the office air conditioner. The surgery was a success. Maya was home, laughing and full of life again. Elias should have stopped right there. But a week later, he saw a beautiful coat in a shop window. Maya deserves to look like a princess after everything she's been through, he reasoned. Click. $500 gone. A month later, his old car broke down. I can't get to work to help these kids if I don't have a reliable car. Click. $25,000. Before long, the saint was wearing $200 silk ties and driving a brand new SUV. When his colleagues asked how he could afford it all, he spun a story about a surprise inheritance from a distant uncle. The lie tasted like copper in his mouth, but the luxury felt like silk against his skin. Then, Sarah arrived, a 22-year-old auditing intern, bright-eyed, fueled by caffeine, and absolutely obsessed with clean books. One afternoon, she walked into Elias's office. Elias, I was looking at the 2020 archives. There's a series of administrative fees that don't have a corresponding invoice. It's probably just a system glitch. Right. A cold sweat prickled his neck. He forced a smile. Good catch, Sarah. That's an old legacy issue. Don't worry about it, I'll handle it. But Sarah didn't stop. Every day, her questions got sharper, her digging got deeper. She was getting closer. Watching her from his glass office, Elias no longer saw a coworker. He saw a predator threatening his new life. And to protect it, the good man decided he had to do something truly evil. He stayed late one evening. Using Sarah's login details, which he'd secretly recorded, he made a new transfer. $2,000 from the ghost account directly into a private savings account he had opened in her name using her HR files. If the ship went down, he would make sure Sarah was the one holding the anchor. He felt sick to his stomach, but he justified it. She's young, he told himself. She'll recover. I have a family to protect. It was a Friday night. The office was dark, except for the single lamp still glowing at Sarah's desk. He knew she was finishing the quarterly report. He knew that by Monday morning, the board would see her findings. He waited until she left for the break room to get coffee, then slipped into her cubicle. His heart was pounding so loudly he thought the security guard would hear it. He just needed to delete her local backup files, but her computer was password protected. He tried her birthday. No. He tried the charity's mission statement. No. Suddenly, he heard footsteps approaching. He dove under the desk just as the main office lights cut out completely. Then, surprise, the lights flashed back on. The entire staff was there. The board president, the CEO, and even his daughter, Maya, holding a giant cake that read, 15 years of integrity, thank you. Elias. Sarah walked over, beaming. I'm sorry I was being so suspicious, Elias. I wasn't auditing you. I was trying to find out exactly how much money you've saved this charity over the years so we could present you with this. The board president stepped forward, holding an envelope. Elias, we know about Maya's medical bills. The board voted last month to grant you a $50,000 hero bonus for your years of honest service. We were going to surprise you with the check tonight. Elias stood frozen. He looked at the cake, at Maya's proud face, then at Sarah's computer screen. It was now projected onto the big office monitor for what was supposed to be a tribute slideshow. But it wasn't a slideshow. The screen showed the very last action performed, the illegal transfer. He had just made into Sarah's name, using her stolen password. The room fell silent. The CEO frowned, walking closer to the screen. Elias, what is this? Why are you logged in as Sarah? And where is this money going? The hero bonus check was never signed. As the police led Elias away, his expensive silk tie felt like a noose. He looked back one last time. Maya wasn't crying. She was just staring at him, her expression confused, as if she didn't recognize the man in the fancy suit. Elias stole to save his daughter's life, but in the end, he lost the only thing she truly needed, a father she could look up to, because crime doesn't just take your freedom, it takes away your very identity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.